Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. So here we are. It's time for a will I buy it. It's will I buy it in November or will I not buy it in November? What a catchy title. So I have my phone here at the ready. I have up my favourite Instagram makeup, beauty, news, gossip, sneak peek accounts at the ready. If you don't know these accounts that I will put up here somewhere, this is where I get all my makeup and beauty tea from. You're missing out, let me tell you. So let's see what they've got for us at the moment. So first up, this Mario lip palette. In fact, Mario has a whole holiday Christmas collection now. The first thing I saw was this lip palette, and I do totally appreciate a lip palette for a professional and other people. I'm sure they appeal to lots of people who just love to play and create their own custom colours. I see the attraction, but they aren't for me a lip palette. Just because one of the mess, two, you can't obviously take the whole thing with you and then top it up unless you're going to get the palette out and the spatula in the toilets and start mixing a concoction and reapplying, which if you want to do that, more power to you, but it's not for me. Yeah, it's just all a bit too much fuss for me, but I think it's just a very fun idea and I can totally see why makeup artists would go ape for this. I had a very positive experience with Mario's shipping and his website in general, so I have no issues with regards to that, but there's just nothing here that I feel I am especially drawn to or that I especially need, to be honest. The eyeshadow palettes, they look nice. I like his formula, but I feel like with his master mats that I already picked up, there's nothing else on top of that that I feel like I particularly need. The next thing I would like to try from Mario is his liner, his wing liner, his like felt tip liner pen, whatever that's called. I would like to try that when I run out of my Fenty liner. I'll definitely be picking his up because it looks really, really nice. And I love that it has that like smudgy brush on the end. That is genius. He has amazing artistic ideas. I love where his brand is going. I think he's just really nailing life. But out of that collection, I'm not going to be picking any of it up. Next up, the Huda foundation stick. Lots of you have been asking me about this and I haven't picked it up, and at the moment I don't plan to. I've definitely missed the boat when it comes to getting a helpful early review up for it. If you don't know me, you may not know, I hate foundation sticks. It doesn't really matter to me how great they are, how nice they look. I hate using them. It's just not how I enjoy applying foundation. I just don't like sticks in general, so that's why I didn't pick it up like personally for myself, and then I just didn't choose it for, you know, I can't review every single thing that comes out, so I kind of have to prioritize things that I'm the most interested in, I think you guys will be the most interested in, and things that I feel like I'll either get a lot of use out of or will be worth the review because I can get it especially quickly. And that wasn't the case with the stick because it came out while I was at my holiday home in Cornwall, so I couldn't get it up quick enough to make it worth my while as far as a review, and I just didn't want it for myself because it's a stick and I don't like sticks, so that's why I don't plan to pick that one up. I wouldn't say never because it is reviewing very, very well, so it is kind of slightly piquing my interest, but yeah, at the moment I don't plan to pick it up. I just don't like a stick. I don't like them. Next up, the Natasha Denona Triochrome palette. Now, this is one where I can really appreciate this palette. I look at it and I think, oh, it's a masterpiece. It's so beautiful to look at, and it is different as well. I do really appreciate, you know, Natasha, I know people are really complaining about the fact that she's bringing out all these more wearable palettes, all these kind of neutrals, all these sort of bronzy tones, everyday palettes. So she's then gone, well, I'll show you, and brought out the year's most colourful one, and something certainly different with those Triochrome shades down the middle. I think it's gorgeous. I currently don't plan to pick it up because I won't use it. I just don't feel like I'll give it the use it deserves. That top row, I'm just barely ever going to touch that. I feel like the middle row is gorgeous and I would use it, but I feel like it's kind of along the same lines of the shades that I already have in the Love palette from Natasha. And then the bottom row I feel like is the least kind of special about this palette. I have like those shades-ish more or less from her or from Pat McGrath already. So for me, it's not worth the buy, but I can certainly look at it and think it's glorious. And if you don't own a lot of palettes from Natasha and colour is your thing, I think this is going to be stunning and glorious. And I'm sure you'll get incredible looks out of it. It's just not necessarily my usual type. Next up, this Dior Holiday Blush. When I first saw this, I thought, I mean, it's stunning. It is so beautiful. But then, and I was almost going to buy this, but when I clicked on it and saw how expensive it was, I was a little bit confused because I thought, are Dior blushes always that expensive? Like, I didn't remember them being that expensive. And then I realised this is an existing shade, right? An existing shade. This packaging or this exact embossing is limited edition, sure. But the shade of blush that you're getting is an existing permanent shade that usually is like half the price. Not half the price, but you get what I'm saying. A lot less money than this one. And I'm boggled. My mind is boggled. Like, if I wanted to buy this blush, I would have already bought it in the permanent shade and already have it in my collection. So yeah, and if I also want to buy it, I still can do that for way less money than this holiday release, just because it's got that slightly attractive embossing on the top. And I'm confused. I mean, I love a gorgeous packaging. I do really appreciate gorgeous packaging. But if you were to show me the same products, the exact same products, and they both were in glorious packaging, but one had a slightly prettier pattern on it and it cost twice as much. No thanks. I don't understand it. No, thank you. I think this is a real like collector's. If you are someone who loves to collect makeup, and I know that's controversial, I don't personally do it, and I know lots of people will say, well, it's not a collector's item because it doesn't increase in value or because it has, you know, an expiration to it. But, you know, people can collect whatever they want. They can collect it if they like. I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't think it's going to go mouldy if you keep it closed, or certainly not for years and years anyway. I have some considerably old makeup and none of it's ever gone bad, and that's been used. So I just think leave people to whatever makes them happy. But yeah, I think that's what this is. It's really for a collector, a really die-hard Dior like fan, someone who can just gloriously appreciate this being a quite limited piece to have in their collection and just to enjoy looking at it. Because if you're really going to use this, you'd probably just be better off getting the regular one, because that pattern is going to disappear with a bit of use. So you'd be better off getting the regular one at a lot less money. So I imagine this is going to be something that people don't really use. They just want to love it and look at it and appreciate the beauty. But I'm not one of them. Next up, the Chanel Sublimage Teint Foundation. I'm kind of on the fence on this one. I don't plan to review it because it has a really quite limited shade range. I obviously just picked up the Chanel Hydration Longwear, whatever that one's called, foundation. Yeah, I think for me, the shade range isn't good enough for me to want to review it really. And therefore, I don't necessarily feel like it's the type of foundation I want to buy just for myself. It looks beautiful. I've seen a couple of reviews already. I think it was Alison Chase who had a review up on it already, I think. Yeah, so it's, from what I can see from her review, it's quite a light coverage type of serum foundation. I just don't feel particularly like I need it in my collection necessarily. And for review purposes, you know, I don't like to review things that have fairly exclusive shade ranges, which I find that one to be, or certainly the shades are available currently on their UK website. So yeah, I just decided to pass on that one. The Charlotte Tilbury Fire Rose Quad, I have snapped this up. I put a link up for this as soon as I saw it because I've been waiting for this quad for ages. I've been just very excited. I love Charlotte's formula. I don't own a single one of her quads. I only have two of her large palettes, her all-in-one eyes, whatever they're called. I don't have any of her quads, so I was very excited. These colours, I'm sure you can see, this is a Charlotte palette, not Tilbury, Holdcroft. And yeah, I was all over it. It's got a brand new formula in here, like a really super high shine, glorious lid colour. I can't wait to get it on my eyes. It just looks so, so pretty. And I appreciate a quad like the Pat McGrath quads that actually do a whole look on their own without having to use another palette. So yeah, I snapped that one straight up, and I bought the set with the mascara. I'm wearing her mascara today. This is the original one. The original mascara that I bought for my review, which was like 3 months ago, and it still is just like the first day I opened it. If anything, it's just getting better and better, and I'm still just using that original one. But I thought, as it had a great set, great price, I snapped that baby up. So I've got a new mascara coming, my favourite mascara now. I feel like it's solidified its status there. I just love the mascara. So yeah, I picked up the duo, the set with the mascara and that quad. I didn't pick up either of the new Eyes to Mesmerise. I'm not really a cream shadow fan, lover, cream anything. You know me, I don't like cream cheek products. I don't like cream eye products. I'm just a fussy little girl. So next up, this By Terry highlight. I feel a little bit highlighted out. After the last month with the Pat McGrath, with the Charlotte Tilbury, with the Natasha Denona, I just am like, I think if that had come out a month ago, I'd have been really excited. The packaging is glorious. I love By Terry's aesthetic. They do that kind of luminous, your skin, but better, glowing from within thing that I love. So I think I would have been much more excited about it a month ago, but we've had so much of that coming out of our ears now. I just went, like, I just lost my enthusiasm for gorgeous, gloriously packaged highlights, because we've just seen it all at this point, and that one looks lovely. I saw Michelle Wong's review of it. It looks very beautiful, but for now, I'm passing. For me to pick that one up, it had to be like, it was going to change my whole life. It was going to outdo all the others that I've bought and tried in the last month, and it just didn't look like it was going to. So therefore, I just felt like, why would I add another one to my drawer? You know, it's running out of space in there. Next up, the MAC Holiday Collection. I don't know if I've talked about this since I've seen the whole thing. I can't really remember. For me, this whole collection is a pass, and it is the first year that I can remember for years that I have not picked anything up from the MAC Holiday Collection, and that makes me a little bit sad. I just don't see anything special or like a must-have from this collection. In the back of my head, I'm thinking MAC's going to come out with like a second wave, because it was quite early that they released this for holiday, and I feel like in previous years they've done like a October release, and then they do like a end of November one as well. So I don't know if there's more coming, but from this collection that we've seen so far, there's just nothing there that like even slightly tickled my pickle at all. Nothing. Not even a lip shade, which is unusual for me. I usually get 1 or 2 items from MAC's holiday collections. Even the packaging is like, it's nice, but in comparison to previous years, is it that great? Special? No, I don't think so. Now, these Petit 4 palettes from Viseart, I still really feel like I need to delve deeper into Viseart as a brand. I've only got one of their minis, the Paris Edit. I don't think I own anything else from Viseart. I don't think that I can remember anyway. I really like that one. It's a little softer and more understated than like the Pat and Natasha palettes that I love. It's more so along the lines, I guess, of Charlotte Tilbury. A little softer, less like kapow. But I love the formulas. I think they're beautiful. And I think these are such a lovely little like gift, probably, especially for Christmas time. I think these would be a lovely little stocking filler, or you know, if you had 3 daughters all into makeup. I think there's 3, is there? Okay, so there's 2 so far. I wonder if there's more coming. I wonder if there are more coming. Yeah, I think there's maybe a 3rd one coming that we haven't seen yet, or that I haven't seen yet. But yeah, the brown bronzy palette is very much up my street. I think it doesn't really offer me anything I don't already have a lot of in my collection, but I think with a Viseart's formula, and if you don't have something like that, or it's a gift for someone who doesn't own a lot of makeup, it's a very easy, perfect place to start, because the palette just does the thinking for you. I think these are super cute, and they'll be very affordable because they're just those small 4 pans, and yeah, I think they're just a lovely, beautiful little treat for the eyes. But yeah, I don't plan to pick those up just because they don't offer me anything I don't already have. And last but not least, this Patrick Tarr face gloss. Now, I am a huge fan of Patrick Tarr, the man, the artist, and the brand. I love his blushes, I love his lip products, and I cannot wait. Oh, and his brow wax as well. Loved it. Everything I've tried from him so far, I've loved. So I cannot wait for more from that brand. I'm super excited for what's coming because I just love the way he does makeup. His style of makeup is my style of makeup. I watch him all the time. I love his tutorials and I love his products. They suit me very, very well and my preferences, but this just doesn't appeal to me. It just reminds me of the Makeup by Mario highlight, and you know how I felt about that. Not great. It's just not my type of thing. I don't love sticky, glossy face products. They're just not my thing. I don't even really like lip gloss, to be honest. I don't like gloss in general. I'm not a gloss girl on the face, eyes or lips. So for me, this is going to be like the first easy pass from his brand because it's just not my type of thing. I just feel like as much as I love him and love supporting his brand and love trying things from his brand because they're just all glorious, I have to draw the line somewhere. And this is where I got to draw it, at a glossy face, because I don't like it. I'm sorry. So there you have it. That is everything I will or won't be buying in November. Well, it's probably not all of it because, you know, stuff happens. I hope you enjoyed this video and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.